Hey y'all, T-Bay from SMB back at ya. Um, just wanted to jot down some of my thoughts for myself mainly, but I thought they might be interesting to the viewing audience. Um, just after days like today, I feel like I have a lot to pour out, a lot of thoughts I don't want to forget about. I have ADHD brain, so I can forget about things pretty easily. But today, yeah, it was a really crappy day for the markets. I mean, good day for the markets. Everything went up, yay. But not a great day for schlubs like me that are trying to actually day trade. So I just am just thinking about things, and I'm reading books about day trading, and just I am realizing these mental blocks that I am putting in my own way. Things that I think should be positive, but they aren't positive for me. And day trading is really it's not a one size fits all thing. It's really you have to find what works for you. Um, and I'm still working on doing that. Obviously, what's working for me is not swing trading things, so I've tried to cut back on that. But I think everyone has in this this market. It's basically impossible unless you're shorting things. Um, but I'm still just working on trying to find what works for me. I'm trying to zero in on certain tickers that I like, that I'm getting the movement of. Facebook being one of those. AMD being another, even though I tend to only lose money when I try to trade AMD. I should have made money today on it, but Apple, and then just the Nasdaq and the SPY, obviously, uh, are two things that I think I'm getting better at trading. Um, and just need to develop the skill of just saying no. Basically, no, I'm not. And that's like the weird part about trading too, is that you sit down and you're trying to learn how to trade, and you would think learning how to trade, how are you going to learn how to trade unless you aren't actually trading? So that is where the voice in your head comes in, where you're like sitting here watching it, and you're telling yourself, how am I going to learn how to trade if I'm just not going to trade during the hard times? You can't just not trade during the hard times. Your eagerness to trade should be a good thing. It's like every other skill in life is like, just get up and go do it, man, just do it. But trading is not something you get better at the more you want it, really. I mean, it is, if the more you want it is translates to improving your overall skills, but it's not something that the more you want it, it's not something where if you want it more, then that means you just try to force things, or you try to trade at times that aren't good times. And it's weird, you would think if you're trying to master a skill, uh, then part of mastering that skill is knowing when to not even try to use that skill. And that really is true, uh, super true on days like today and days like yesterday. Uh, let's look at Weeble actually. Kind of like Weeble's volume indicator better. So what I'm getting at is you just gotta look at the volume on the day on these past 2 days. So yesterday, a doji, we had a big rip up, big move down, and then we finished undecisive, right in the middle. And then today, nice candle, green, but we gapped up, and most of that movement didn't really happen throughout the day. It kind of only happened overnight. And then what you'll see is these candles, these volume candles, and the volume is just terrible, just terrible. uh, you can look at Apple too. Super weak volume after crazy volume these past couple weeks. Just mega weak volume. And that's another thing I've been reading about. And that I am also seeing for myself is that we all these technical traders, all we do all day is we draw little lines, we draw our little stories, we come up with these stories in our head, we get these little concepts, these patterns, these what's going to happen next. And the problem with that is that setups only work if there's volume. If there's no volume, then your setup doesn't mean shit, because a setup is only strong if there's volume behind it. There's no. I'm repeating myself, but the setup can instantly be destroyed the second volume comes in, and here is a perfect example. Um, so yesterday we had this weird, or no, was this no, this was Friday. So yeah, Friday we had this weird pullback and this like crazy bear flag right here, but it literally didn't mean anything because the second we got some volume down here, it just went straight up anyways. Setup failed. Same with right here. We got this ascending triangle, which would normally be a super bearish, like, oh shit, if we break out of the bottom of that, we're going straight down. But today, look at this volume. It's just like, there's nothing. Some of these 5-minute candles, you can't even see the volume stick down there. And then the second we get any volume, it does follow through, but then we get volume to the upside, and it just goes the opposite way. So, no volume means no setup. It doesn't matter what stupid little lines you draw, you need volume for the setup. So that would lead somebody to think that, well, if you don't have volume and you can't see any setups, then you're not going to have any idea what's going to happen next. And it's like, bingo, that's 100% true, and that has been very clear after these past couple days that no volume just means there's no predictability, because you never know when volume is going to come up and just screw everything up, just throw the whole setup out the window because, oh, there's a lot of buyers that just stepped in right now. There's some catalyst, or Powell said something, the the, the computers heard Powell say something nice, so therefore volume comes in and buys and it just throws every setup out the window. Um, so that is kind of what I wanted to just talk about pretty briefly. Is that I just your eagerness to improve can translate poorly in the market. The market, I mean, I'm to the point where I'm like full on obsessed with it, and I think every young trader is, because you see these guys on Twitter who are just like, oh, made another 100,000 today, easy, look at me, huh? But that is not something anyone should compare themselves to, because it's like, well, that guy got to trade during the past 2 years of the meme market where everything went straight up, and he has $100 million in the bank, so he throws $300 at 0-day SPY calls, and he doesn't give a shit if he loses all of it. But then he makes it, and then he flexes on people. And then those same assholes, they're not flexing their losses. They never show their losses. They'll tweet a play that'll go straight to zero, and then it just on the next play. But then if the play they tweeted goes up 100%, then they tweet about it 5 times, like, look at this play, it went up 100%. If you follow every play I do, you're making this much money too. And it just is super toxic to new traders like me, because you see, and I mean, it's there to be like entertainment. Technically, that's what they always say. This isn't financial advice. This is entertainment. But it really is just super toxic, because then you're just like, you just blindly tail everything they do. But every trade is different for every person. Every person has different risk tolerance, sees different things on the chart, has different profit targets. I mean, if you're one of these guys that has millions from the past 2 years, all in cash, and they throw $100,000 at a call, their tolerance for how much they lose is going to be way different than yours or mine. So it's just stupid to compare yourself to these people, to even try to tail them. That's why I like the people who are actually educational. They like don't just flex their gains and their Rolexes on you. They're just like, wow, look at this setup I saw. This is what you should be looking out for. But so getting back to what I was talking about, I mean, it is becoming an obsession, but I have to remind myself that the stock market is not life. There's a life outside the stock market, I know. And the stock market is here it's supposed to enhance your life. It's supposed to help you make money. It's supposed to help people make money. But if you sit here like I do and just obsess over it, you're always going to force yourself into days like today where you just should not even, like, today would have been a fine day if I literally just did not trade anything. And I mean, that's fine. Like, that is such a huge, and none of these Rolex dudes on Twitter tweet that either. They're never like, today's a bad day to trade. They're always just like, just keep trying harder. You'll find those freaking setups. Look how easy I do it. It's never like, have discipline. Discipline is everything. It's not, well, not everything. I mean, patience, yeah, all that shit. But you gotta just be disciplined. I have to be able to just I mean, honestly, I could just like shut my charts off and just pull it up on my phone and like play some video games or watch a movie or something. Like there or I just watch and just there's nothing wrong with just watching the charts and just being like I'm not going to do anything. And if I saw something, or maybe I'll open up the paper trading, I could start doing that too, but I need to just be able to disconnect. Just like get up, go for a walk, go watch a movie, go play a video game or two. Um, Look at the sports betting so I can lose money on that too. But just zoom out and end the obsession on days like today. Like it's great being obsessed about it when it's like terrific price action, when there are plays, there's volume, there's and when those times go away, it's hard to remember how easy those times were and how great they were for trading. So it's one thing if I get days like that and I lose money, then it really sucks. But when I have days like today, I just need to step out and be like, yep, it was a bad market. The good market is always going to come back. It always does. Not the like bullish, but like just the volume. You just need volume. Um, you need to be able to take a step back and just be like, yep, today I can tell I'm just going to lose money. Um, it seems like a quitter, and it sounds like, oh, just quit, just give up, huh? You're just gonna give up, let the market beat you down, and it's like, yeah, pretty much, because um, if I don't, then I am most likely just gonna lose money. So I'm gonna give the market money. 9 times out of 10 on days like today, I'm gonna give the market money, and that is not. That's really quitting and giving up and doing something stupid. I mean, just to not trade and not give the market any money is beating it on days like today, because days like today exist to take retail traders money. So that is a W. Just saying, I'm not trading today. I'm not doing it. I'll watch, I'll chart, I'll pay attention, I'll look at every chart, look for setups, but I'm just not going to do it, because that is me beating the market by just saying, no, market, I'm not touching you today. You're not taking my money. Otherwise, you're going to take my money. And why would I give you money? I want to take money from you. So it's kind of just what I wanted to rant about. um, because I have always been just hard on myself. I mean, it is good to be hard on yourself to learn lessons, but I just get so hard on myself on days like today, because it just like uh, you always want to think that there was a good chance of making money if I just would have done so. I mean, I was in a couple right trades, but just I gotta zoom out and be like, what are my odds of actually making money today? Are they any good? There's no volume. No one's even trading. The market's going sideways. Like, what are really my odds of making any money today? And that is um, a huge skill to have, to just. I mean, it's kind of half the skill, really, is knowing when to not give your money to the market, because which is strange, because it's like telling a roofer. It's like half of knowing how to roof is knowing when to not roof, and that's really how it is for trading. Half of trading is knowing when to not even bother trading, and then when it's hot, when you got the volume, the setups are smacking, then you go big. But today, just sit and have a video game or two, man. God, it's always gonna be here. But if I do this damage to myself or I lose money, I can't afford to do that. And then that's another thing too, is when you're down so bad, you're just like kicking yourself. You're like, God, you gotta figure this out. You gotta figure it out, man. Just keep trying. But it just is unconstructive to do that on days like today. So that's kind of the whole rant. Um, just want to get my thoughts out there so I can revisit this on days like today. Or if I ever have a choppy day like today, I'm gonna bookmark this video and just listen to myself saying this and be like, I was right, because I hate this feeling. It's the worst. God, it's the worst feeling when you you lose money on a day like today, where then you zoom out and you look at the chart and it's like, what was I? Why am I even trying? Like, it's not like a weakness thing or like you're a pussy thing. It's like, no, just have a brain. Like, why would you even try to trade on days like today? Um, yeah. So you're welcome, future me. This video will save you thousands of dollars if you actually learn from it. But Yeah, that's the thought on today. So that's what I want to focus on for the upcoming months, upcoming years. Just learning when to just step back, man. Just get over it. It's such a unhealthy obsession to sit here and just be like, God, there's got to be money made. I have to make some money. I need to do it because it's there is a million and one ways to lose money in the stock market, and there are like 100 actual ways to make money, as a day trader, anyways, not just as like a I'm gonna buy a Tesla and hold it for 10 years. That's not I'm not doing that. But yeah, I just need to realize that and give my head a fucking shake and just stop doing this to yourself, man. Why do you do this? So that's all I got for you guys. Um, Hopefully I can end this week strong. We shall see. But all I know is that it can't get much worse than these past 2 days. This has just been just brutal. But then I can't be so hard on myself. I mean, it's like I'm down like $600. It's not the end of the world. It sucks. I am still learning. I'm still gathering the skills, and I think today, if I can pay $600 for this lesson to never try to trade on days like today ever again, if I just never even bother, then that will ultimately pay dividends in the very long run. So that's all I got for you folks. Have a good rest of your Tuesday.